The inspiration for this workshop, I'm calling it Random Acts of Self-Kindness. It was inspired by an article by Elizabeth Gilbert, and it appeared in Oprah magazine in December of 2016. See, I've got it right here. And she grew up on a farm, and they didn't go on vacations. So one day they got somebody to take care of their farm animals, so they actually were going on a vacation. And she noticed that her mom went through all this effort to make her bed before they left. And she was really befuddled. She was like, "Why are you doing this, Mom?" And her mom said, "Oh, this is just a little present I'm giving my future self. This way, when she comes home all tired and worn out at the end of her vacation, she'll have the gift of fresh, clean sheets waiting to welcome her back to her bed." And I thought that was a really cool idea. And the author continues saying, "My mother's current self clearly believed that the stranger she'd become over the next week was deserving of love. This gift of freshly made bed was an insignificant act. It was a conscious handshake of affection across time, a way of connecting the woman of this moment to the woman of the future." And I thought, what a cool idea. There's a lot of information out there about how to be kind to others. And we often neglect ourselves. We often aren't very kind to we'll be kind to everyone else, but not ourselves. And the thing is, in order to be truly kind to others, you need to be kind to yourself. And I understand that sometimes we don't feel good about ourselves. And so, my hair's just not looking good. Anyway, and so I'm thinking, what if you decided, rather than being kind to your current self that you're maybe not happy with, what if you were being kind to the future self that you are going to become? Because no matter what you do, for better or for worse, you are going to be different in the future. A week in the future, a day in the future, an hour in the future, a month in the future, it doesn't matter. Stuff happens during that time and it changes you by small bits and sometimes large bits. Why not be kind to the stranger that you haven't met yet because you haven't become her or him yet? And so that's where I came up with this idea for this workshop. How do you be kind to your future self? And I came up with 18 different ways. But I want you to understand how important kindness, self-kindness is. Jack Kornfield, who I believe is a meditation teacher, says, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Which is what I was just saying, is you can't be fully kind unless you also include yourself in that kindness. And Christopher Dines, author of Drug Addiction Recovery, The Mindful Way, said, the power of self-kindness can help us to heal our chronic shame and self-loathing. In a world that is often mean-spirited and cruel, a daily practice of kindness and warm-heartedness can make all the difference. And if you've seen my Karma Code speech, I will put a link to it in the comments below. Kindness is so important. It's one of my key essences, kindness. When I see unkindness, it just, yeah. You want to get me on a soapbox? Show me some unkindness and I will Anyway, so here are 18 ways to practice self-kindness. Way number 1, get a good stretch. I know that's something have you ever watched cats? Not the movie, actual cats. They stretch all the time. If you have dogs, they stretch all the time. Stretching is good for you. Not only does it make you feel really good in the present, but it helps your future self by increasing flexibility and range of motion. It can help performance in physical activities. It can increase blood flow to your muscles. It can improve your posture. It can help prevent and heal back pain. It's great for stress relief. It can calm your mind and it helps decrease tension headaches. So stretching helps you now and it helps your future self. 2, drink plenty of water. This helps maintain balance of body fluids. We all know that keep hydrated, but it does so many other things. It can help you control calories because did you know that when you are thirsty, you can sometimes experience that as feeling hungry. So when you feel hungry and you don't know why, try drinking a glass of water. I keep water with me all the time. And that might do the trick. It can help energize your muscles. It can improve brain function. It can help your skin look good. I mean, I'm a little dehydrated these days, and oh, my skin does not look good as good as it should. It helps your kidneys, duh. It definitely prevents kidney stones, and you don't want those. I've never had one, but my sister did, and it's terrible, 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 terribly painful. It can maintain normal bowel function, yay, everybody's favorite topic. It can maximize physical performance, and it can help prevent hangovers. One trick I used to do when I used to go to bars and drink, which was, I've never been much of a drinker, but for me, when I found that when I alternated an alcoholic beverage with water, I didn't get hangovers because I maintained my hydration. Because hangovers are usually because you're severely dehydrated, because alcohol dehydrates you. Quick tip for those of you who drink. Tip number 3, eat healthy. Yes, I'm your mom, eat your veggies. But eating healthy, and you don't have to do this 100% of the time, you know, a slice of cake or a ice cream cone is not going to kill you unless that's all you're eating. A trip to fast food isn't going to kill you unless that's all you're eating. So you want to eat healthfully as often as you can because it helps you manage your weight. It helps reduce the risk of cancer. It can help you prevent or manage diabetes. It can improve your heart health. And if you have kids, by being a role model of someone who eats healthy, you're more likely to raise kids who will never have bad eating habits. They will automatically be healthy eaters, or so the theory goes. I don't know, I don't have kids, but that's what I've read. It helps with strong bones and teeth. It can improve your mood. Eating healthy can improve your memory and your gut health, and it can help you get a good night's sleep. And of course, when you're eating healthy, you want to exercise. Woohoo! Exercise does the body good for you now, and it definitely helps your future self, because when you exercise regularly, you feel happier. You're better able to manage your weight. You have healthier muscles and healthier bones. In fact, astronauts who go out in outer space and don't get enough exercise, their bone density drops, and so does their muscle mass. So exercise is really important for maintaining muscle mass and healthy bones. It can increase your energy level. It can help you reduce your risk of chronic disease. It can, like water, it can help you improve your skin. It's good for your brain and your memory. It improves relaxation and sleep quality. And it can reduce pain overall, as long as you're doing it correctly. You don't want, because I've injured myself during exercise many times. So I've become very, very clear on, okay, is this hurting? Why? Is it hurting in a bad way, or is it hurting because I'm pushing myself? And I'm always really monitoring that, because I do not want to have injuries anymore. Exercise is good when it's done right. And if you need to hire a coach or go to a gym to learn how to do it right, then do so. Do not hurt yourself exercising. I've been there. I've done that. It is not fun. Tip number 5, take time off and play, because all work and no play makes everyone dull. Okay. And I love this picture of the dogs. Dogs, you know, when they're having fun, they are having fun, and cats do too. When my cat, when he's like in a little playful mode, it's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It's so much fun to watch them. So when you're playing, and this could be playing with your kids, playing with your pets, it could be playing with your significant other. You can play a board game. My husband and I like to take quizzes together. We go to MeTV and take those retro quizzes, which are a lot of fun. Or just get out and do something fun. Take some time out to do something fun, because when you're having fun, it reduces stress. It improves brain function, especially if you're doing stimulating games like work. I like to do crosswords and word searches and puzzle games on my phone. And it can improve mind and boost creativity. It can improve relationships and connected with others when you're basically playing in reaction with stuff, like playing with your kids or playing with your pets, or playing a game with your significant other or your family members. Doing play together increases the bond between people. And then of course, when you're having fun, you feel younger and you're often more energetic. So again, it helps you in the now, and it helps that future self have a better life, right? On to number 6, just say no. I am a recovering people pleaser. I know how easy it is to just say yes, because then everybody will like you. That's not how it works. I wish it did, but it doesn't. what you need to do is take care of yourself. It's like what they say in the air. You've probably heard this analogy all the time. Put the oxygen mask on your face first, then help others. Well, that's what saying no does. Saying no to things that you don't have the energy for, you don't want, empowers honesty. So now people know that when you say yes, you really do mean yes. You're not just acquiescing. It gives you more room to say yes to what you actually want in life, because you're not doing all this stuff you don't want to be doing. It helps you set priorities that you actually care about. It improves your confidence and self-respect. It can prevent depression. It can reduce and prevent indigestion. It can prevent hypertension. It can improve sleep quality and prevent chronic headache. Because when you are saying yes to things you don't want to be doing, you tense up and you internalize all this stuff that causes all sorts of health issues. Again, say no for your current self, but definitely say no for your future self. Because you may say yes right in the moment because it's not that big of a deal. And then your future self saying, I wish I had said no. So say no. Unless you really want to do it, say no. Number 7, forgive. A lot of people think that forgiving someone helps someone. But forgiveness is really about yourself. When you're going around carrying unforgiveness, you are holding in things and you get angry and you're frustrated. Believe me, I know. This is a work in progress. I still hold on to a little bit of unforgiveness against my ex-husband and against myself for staying with him as long. So it's a work in progress. I'm letting it go, let it go, let it go. It's so important. Don't do as I do as I say, all right? And this one, forgive, work on forgiveness, have a forgiveness journal, read forgiveness quotes, work on forgiving, because when you do this, you'll let go of some of that anger and the tension that you're holding in, and it'll help you reduce blood pressure. It'll reduce stress. You'll feel less hostility. You'll have better anger management skills. It'll lower your heart rate. It lowers your risk of alcohol or substance abuse, because a lot of people use alcohol and other substances to numb all this angst they feel because they're holding on to unforgiveness. You will experience fewer depression symptoms. You have fewer anxiety symptoms. It can reduce chronic pain. You can definitely have healthier relationships, and it improves your overall psychological well-being. So forgiveness is really, really important. Definitely work on self-forgiveness and forgiveness of others. It will do you a world of good now, and it will definitely make the life of your future self better. 8, accept compliments. This is something I've had to really work on. It is really easy to say, oh, that, when someone compliments you. And what I recommend doing, this is what I did, is start off with someone would compliment me and I would say thank you and then shut up. I didn't feel the compliment, but at least I was accepting it. Because when you reject a compliment, it hurts the person who just gave you a compliment. I mean, how would you like it if you complimented someone and the person said, I didn't deserve that compliment, go away? It doesn't feel good. So when you reject compliments, you are rejecting that person in some way. And this is not good for that relationship. But also, you need to work on letting the compliments in. So what I started off doing was saying thank you and then shutting up and just letting it sit. And then what I noticed that over time, the more I let it sit, the more it got to seep into me. And I started actually accepting compliments and like feeling the love that was being sent to me. And when you accept compliments, you improve your self-confidence. You're accepting evidence of your awesomeness right there by accepting the compliment. You improve your emotional well-being. You have improved mood. Oops, I have a little typo there. You have enhanced learning, especially like when you're learning someone and says, oh, you did a good job there. You go, thank you. And which leads to increased persistence, because when you see and accept the evidence that you're doing well, you're more likely to continue to work along those lines. So accept compliments in the now, and it helps you now, but it also will help your future self be more accepting of compliments in general and have a happier life. And the last tip before the commercial break is sleep. And believe me, I know how much not getting enough sleep as a negative of these benefits because I've been experiencing a lot of sleep issues since the car accident because of all these health issues. So when you get enough sleep, and that can include not only your like 8 hours at night, because sometimes that's a little bit hard to get, take power naps during the day. I've found that if you take a power nap, you're like more productive afterwards. I mean, yes, it feels like, oh my God, I'm taking a whole 20 minutes away from me. I could have been doing something. Well, sleeping is doing something, and it's doing something that will actually help you be more productive after you wake up. So if you can't get a full night's sleep at night, at least throw in a power nap or two during the day. It will do you so much good now, and your future self will thank you for it. Because what happens when you get enough sleep is you have a sharper brain, you have a better mood, you have a healthier heart, you have better physical performance, you can regulate your blood sugar better, you have a better immune system, and it can help you with weight control. Because crazy as it sounds, not getting enough sleep can actually make you gain weight, even if everything else is doing good. You're not eating too much and you're getting enough exercise. Don't know how that works. It's crazy pants. And I also know that if your sleep is being interrupted a lot, it can damage your heart, which is why if you have sleep apnea, you need to get that taken care of, because it can shorten your life, because you could like damage your heart to the point of having a stroke or a heart attack. It's not good. So work on getting enough sleep. All right, so tip number 10 for your random acts of self-kindness. If you need something, if you need help, ask. You know, that seems so easy, but for some reason, it is so hard. A lot of us have like a sense of pride of like, well, I'm an independent, especially women these days. I'm an independent woman. I don't need to ask for help. Well, you know what? I've not asked for help many times and ended up with severe injuries or mental issues because it just would have been easier if I'd asked for help. So if you need help, ask for it. Because at some point, you're not going to have a choice. You're going to need help because no man's an island. Yes, that's a cliche. But you know what? We are communal human beings. We need the help of others, and that's perfectly okay. It's expected. And when you let someone help you, you actually benefit the helper. I mean, doesn't it feel good when you can help someone out? Of course it does. Of course it does. So by asking for help and letting someone help you, you're actually helping them feel better. So you're not only helping yourself now, you're not only helping your future self, but you're helping the person who helped you. How cool is that? It's a win-win-win. Asking for help can actually improve your sense of empathy, because then when someone asks you for help, you'll get it, you'll understand, you'll be more understanding. It improves connectedness because, again, you're making things a little more communal. It can improve your progress because with help, you get things done faster. And it can reinforce growth mindset, because growth mindset is always looking like, I may not be able to do this yet. Well, when you have help, you're getting things done. And you're getting things done better. That and reinforces your growth mindset. So that's number 10. If you need help, ask for it. More flowers. This is number 11, and it's going to sound funny, but pick flowers and put them in your home. Buy flowers and put them in your home. Grow flowers in your garden. Flowers are very good for you. I mean, yes, there's some that you can eat that are good for you, but having flowers in your home, and this is actually scientific evidence, having flowers in your home increases happiness. It can reduce depression and anxiety. It can increase emotional contact with other people. It can reduce negativity. It can increase compassion, and then it can improve your energy. And it looks nice and smells nice too. How awesome is that? Now, that said, if you have pets, make sure that the flowers you're getting aren't toxic to your pet. So for example, if you have a cat, you don't want lilies because that's poisonous to cats. So just, I mean, and obviously if you're allergic to flowers, then get fake flowers. Silk flowers are amazing these days. And yes, you won't get the smell, but you'll get the look and even the look, because it like goes into your eyes and it like does stuff in your brain. So more flowers, good for you now, good for you, your future self. Be grateful is number 12. First of all, I want to thank you for being here, because this is the third one I've done. I've had technical issues with each and every one, and yet you're still here watching. Thank you. But being grateful, and there are a lot of people that are actually doing research on gratitude, and they've found that people who are grateful have better relationships, have better physical health, have better psychological health. They have better empathy. They have reduced aggression. They sleep better because you're like grateful for everything, right? And they have better self-esteem, and they have increased mental strength. So practice gratitude, get a gratitude journal, or just once a day, think about all the wonderful things that are going on in your life, because no matter how sucky things are, something's going right in your life, something. It may be small, hold on to that, because the more you appreciate, the more you have to appreciate. What you focus on expands. Why not focus on what you're grateful for? Because then that will expand. Number 13, laugh. Oh, I'm a laugher. But laughter literally is a form of exercise. It exercises your internal organs. But people who laugh and laugh regularly live longer. They have a better, stronger immune system. Laughing can reduce pain. They've actually used it in hospital settings and found that it reduces pain. It can reduce depression. I mean, how easy is, I mean, if you're laughing, it's hard to be depressed at the same time. So they've actually found that like watching things like the Three Stooges can actually help people heal from surgery better and not experience post-surgery depression. It's awesome. It reduces tension and stress. It can improve your relationships because laughing together just really bonds people together. Again, like I said, it's an internal exercise. It improves your breathing, believe it or not. It can actually help with weight management, and it protects your heart. So laughing is great for you. It's great for you now. And once you get all these wonderful benefits, it's great for your future self too, right? So laugh, 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 laugh. I love to laugh loud and proud. And I just wish it did make you float like in Mary Poppins, but it doesn't. It's okay. Laughing's good for you. Number 14, enjoy your food. Now, you want to do this in moderation. You don't want to enjoy food so much that you're like overweight. But here's what I mean by enjoying your food. It means enjoying your food with others, socializing at mealtime. They've actually done research, I've heard, that families who have their family meal together are better bonded and have stronger relationships with their children and children with their parents. Mealtime, we are communal species. The communal meal, which is why we gather for Thanksgiving and for Christmas and for Hanukkah and for whatever other, Easter, 4th of July, we love these communal eating times because they help bond us as a community. So socializing at mealtime is part of enjoying your food. Enjoying your food can be enjoying shopping for it. It's like, I love going to the grocery store and discovering something like new. I'm like, ooh, haven't tried that yet. And enjoying preparing and cooking food. Now, not all people love to cook, and that's fine. The people who do love to cook, make sure you enjoy. I love to cook. I have a food blog, karmascookery.com, just in case you're curious. And the whole preparing and cooking of food is often a joy and a pleasure. Yes, there are some things I will never make naan again. My arms were killing me the next day. It's a lot of work. I'll just buy it at Trader Joe's. Some people really enjoy growing and harvesting their own food. I know I have a little dream in the back of my head that someday I'll have a nice big yard and I'll have a tiny little vegetable garden, or probably hire someone to have one for me because I tend to kill plants. Getting to know the people that grow or produce your food. This is why we have so many food magazines that like go into the behind the scenes stuff of food and wine. Wine Spectator's a good one if you're into wine. Food and Wine will also go into all that food. There's a lot of food writing. There's books of food writing. Fascinating. There's a book now that's on my list of books to read that's all about lobsters. Anyway, enjoy getting to know how your food is produced. And then of course, there's the communal meal making, involving others in meal planning, preparation, and cleanup. This is especially good for parents when the kids are old enough to get them involved in preparing the food. I know when I was about 3 years old, I baked my first cookie. And that was to this day, I mean, that's what, like 50 years ago. And I still remember it as this like awesome moment. And so enjoy everything about food. And then of course there's savoring. Don't eat so fast you don't taste it. Eat slow. You'll eat less if you eat slower too, because it takes 15 minutes for your stomach to tell your brain that you're full. So if you're eating fast, you can actually be full and not feel full. So if you've eaten your meal and you're still feeling hungry, wait 15 minutes. You may actually be full and not know it. So take your time, savor your food. Number 15, wear clothes you feel fabulous in. When you feel like you look good, it boosts your self-esteem. You give better first impressions, you're more relaxed, and you just feel better. So one thing I like to do is once a year, or sometimes once every other year, I'll go through my closet. And when something, I like, when I put this item on, it makes me angry. Off to the Goodwill it goes. I try very hard to keep only the clothes in my closet that I feel comfortable and good in, because life is too short for uncomfortable clothes. You can quote that. That's a Carma quote. Life is too short for uncomfortable clothes. Wear only clothes that you feel really good in. There you go. I've given you permission. 16, let go of toxic people and stand up for yourself. Whew. This one can be very hard, and sometimes you need to ask for help to get this done, but do it. It is so important. When you stand up for yourself and you release the toxic people in your life, you will have better confidence, better relaxation, and you'll be better self-empowered. And here's a little story. For 13 years, I was married to an abusive husband. While I was with him, my back pain was so bad I had to ice my back 3 times a day, and I had to take antacids. I was taking a high-powered antacid twice a day. Within a week of leaving him and moving out on my own, I dropped from icing my back 3 times a day to icing it 3 times a year, if that. I went to being able to skip days of taking the antacid. I'm back up now, but that's because of other things. It's not stress, but other things that happened because I was letting that toxic relationship rule my life. Recordings of my voice. When I was with him and after I was with him, my voice deepened and relaxed and got more smooth after I left him. I was so tense, I was talking way up here because all these health things went away within literally a week of letting go of that relationship. So that's how important it is. If you are letting toxic people in your life and you are not standing up for yourself, you are hurting your future self badly. You may actually shorten your future self's life, not to mention your current self's life. You reduce your quality of life, and you reduce your length of life, and you reduce your health. So let go of toxic people. Stand up for yourself. If you need help to do that, ask for help. Remember, that was one of the other tips for self-kindness. Get out of toxic relationships. Number 17, listen to your gut. And this may sound strange, but they've shown that people who go with their intuition, go with their gut, this is your body's way of letting you know things when you don't have all the facts for your mind. Sometimes your body knows. Sometimes your body knows when something's not right. I mean, my body was telling me things were not right with my former husband for a long time, and I was not listening. And twice, I've been hit by a car 3 times. The first time it happened, my gut told me that car was going to turn left. So I looked and I looked and I looked, and it didn't turn left, so I walked, and then it turned left and hit me. So pay attention to your gut. Believe me, it can tell you all sorts of things. It can help you make quicker decisions. It taps into your self-trust, and it can give you new and original ideas. So listen to your gut once in a while, okay? And finally, number 18, make your bed. We're full circle now. When you make your bed in the morning, it starts the day off right. You are now making your life better. That future self, you're saying, hey, future self who's going to go to bed tonight, I love you enough to make sure you have a nice, well-made bed. Having a well-made bed also in general encourages tidiness. Doesn't always work, but it does encourage it. You can be better productive when your home is tidy and your bed is made. Believe it or not, having a made bed can reduce stress and improve your mood. So make your bed. Let your future self know that you care about her or him enough to let them have a nice made bed to go into. Now remember, when you go to a hotel and they make your bed every day, isn't it nice to come home to a well-made bed? Of course it is. So do that for yourself and make your bed. You now have 18 things you can do to practice self-kindness. You only need to do one at a time, one a day, and you will have a better life. So thank you again for joining me for this mini workshop. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. I will be dropping some links in there in a moment. And of course, if you have ideas of what you want me to cover in a future mini workshop, add those to the comments. I'm always coming up with new ideas. I cover such things as mindset, public speaking, entrepreneurship, and author-narring. So if you've got questions that you would like a mini workshop on, drop them in the comments and we'll get that done. I'm here every Saturday at 9. Bless you. Talk to you later.